Hi, and welcome to Driven by Purpose with me, Armin Jamula. Today is, I think, one of the most special episodes of my podcast. It's with a dear friend who I've known as a neighbor, as a workout buddy, and as an entrepreneur, as an HR professional, and just as a human being, as a mom, very, very closely for the past couple of years. I think 7 years now. But what I really admire about this person, and I'm really excited to talk to her here on this podcast, is about her evolution, the transformations that she has had in her life, her career, and how she's excelled in each one of them. So, without further ado, welcome. Welcome, Miss Meghna Dixit.
Tell them that I didn't pay you to say all these nice things about me. I didn't.
No, you didn't, honestly. You know how much we vibe.
We do.
And the most important thing, I think, in our relationship is about not caring what is happening in our lives, but just connecting when we feel like.
I think we are driven by the same purpose at the deep core. Yeah. What I can say about you, Armin, is that we just get each other. And there are various ways of putting it together. There are very few people you meet and you connect at such deeper level, and you are part of their journey, whether you are in person there or no. But you see them do well and your heart fills with pride, and that is exactly how I feel seeing you do all these wonderful things, because somewhere in my heart is always like, all right, Armin is doing it from the space because I know that space.
Okay, enough of me now. Now, I think, Meghna, thank you so much for those words. I shouldn't ignore them. I should also acknowledge them. I think purpose is something which has, on a deeper level, connected us as
sure,
well, right?
Sure.
And I've always seen that you are the person who wants to help, but you also want to connect for the right reasons.
True.
So, let's start by talking about your journey, your current journey. Can you share with me how you became passionate about business strategy and what inspired you to found or, just start your business?
Yes. You've been a big part of it. I think you've also been there somewhere, always telling me to think bigger. And so I have been, as you're aware, that I have donned many hats. My career started with me doing an MBA and reaching the heights of HR leadership pretty early in my life. Got to work with MNCs, then moved to the Middle East. That's when I started consulting. Started first as an HR consulting, then I dabbled into business strategy and transformation consulting. By the grace of God and the mentors, etc., and the team that I got to work with, I happened to do some really good projects and transformation and all of that. What I found missing was that I was working for the purpose, vision, and mission of the company that I was part of. Even when I was doing the consulting projects, it was always that you are trying to work on a certain in a frame that has been given to you. You can't on a template of sorts, and you and of course you bring your authenticity and your creativity and all of that into it. But you're bound by the area of operation, so to say, or the definition of work that you want to do. So there came a point in my life when I realized that, all right, what is it that is very, very close to who I am? So I know, that is what most companies do, or most people, when they start looking for what next in their life, they need clarity on, okay, what's the vision and what's the mission, but more importantly, what's the purpose. And you know that for a fact, in the last 2 years, I was literally looking for my purpose. And I knew that the purpose has to align with my values. And I know my values so well now that I know that I believe in empowerment. Everything that I do is around that. I know that my value stems from the fact that integrity is super important. Community is super important for me. I believe and want to work a lot in the cause of women, especially women who are absolutely capable but probably lack confidence or some of the other things, other ingredients that makes them from good to better.
Yeah.
So all of those things were very important for me, and that is probably one of the reasons why you and I connected. And I decided that having learned enough having worked with great people enough, having seen what are the kind of problems that a founder or a startup or an entrepreneur face. So you can get them to have investment, you can get them to have business support, but where it comes from, are they aligned to their purpose? What are the extra spice that they need? I thought that I have found out the ingredients of it, and that's how I launched Mevan, which is basically my consulting now would take care of empowering people and businesses, and also creating content which educate them in their journey of excellence, whether it is personal or business.
So what aspects of your journey till now are you infusing as key pillars of your service in your business?
The entire value system. Like, I've literally put it down. I've written 4 values, and it's on my desktop all the time. So it's about empowerment, it's about integrity, it's about growth, and it's about community. These are the 4 pillars that are very, very personal to me. And I want to authentically take them up, put it in a business, and bring it to the people who are like-minded, who would want these qualities and values to help them grow their business. To put it loosely, it is like supposing you are a startup, or you have a lot of startups in ItsHerWay, and there's a business who probably are looking for strategy or a go-to-market strategy, etc. They may not be able to afford some of the big people, or they may go for freelancers and a lot of other outsourcing agents, etc. Right. But when they come to Mevan, we have tools, and we have the team and the tie-ups to figure out what exactly this person needs, and we kind of customize the solutions for them. And it is not for everyone, but it is for people who align with us on a very value purpose level. So then it is profitable for both of us.
So that's very interesting. So do you have a different sort of a onboarding strategy for your clients? Because you mentioned that there has to be an alignment first before you start working.
We do.
Tell me more about that.
So that is something that I'm kind of working on. I still want to get my ducks in a row. Like you said, I've just launched the company. And it is only because I've done like an year of research in this particular thing. I started slow. I wanted to understand this ecosystem pretty well. Last year, this time, I aligned myself with one of the upcoming accelerator myself and learned what is required at a very granular level by the businesses. Is it always the big thing? Is it only the market access and other things? Or is it the smaller thing that one startup may need?
Right.
Like, it's like, is it only the license that they need? Because there's so many license providers. But imagine for a company, say in Indore, who wants to come to Dubai and set up their business here, they don't understand which one to go to. Like, who is their guide here? Who are the people that one person they can trust? And unfortunately, fortunately, there are not many incubators, accelerators, and even other big machinery who can help them at that granular level when they are that so early stage. So I thought that this is something that Mevan can. So there's an early stage package. There is a growth stage package when you're talking about onboarding. And there is definitely a different wing altogether for women, because I am a women empowerment coach. I learned that to be, first of all, to empower myself and as a result empower others. And there is going to be a whole different onboarding process there. Can I help everyone? No. Do I even want to help everyone? Because it's not my skill set. So I'm gonna be using those yardsticks. There will be assessment, there would be great due diligence on both sides, and then we will figure out if we are the right people for their growth journey, whether it is personal or business, then we can align.
And will it be only people coming from outside of UAE or people within UAE as well?
My existing client base is 50-50 actually. But what I've realized is that some of the recent works that I've done, I have had such a great reception in places like IHub Gujarat, like even the ministry, the governments of India who are promoting entrepreneurship, and they are looking for mentors who can probably help and guide the businesses there and show them a way and clear a pathway or create a pathway through tie-ups, etc. for them to set up and scale in the UAE. So I am now working on that side as well.
Okay, so you are working majorly on bringing.
So bringing in is definitely there, but there are few companies who are already here and unfortunately have had certain areas where their values did not meet or their expectations did not meet, and those are also there who are we helping them scale.
So you've mentored a fair amount of startups and businesses. This is your first venture of your own, which is very interesting. But you've mentored a lot of startups, so that's a good contrast to have. What do you think is one of the most common challenges that people who have run startups or who have launched startups, your mentees have faced, and a similar challenge that you're facing as well?
I think one of the most important thing is that people around look at you for all the answers. And this is where the success when you are an entrepreneur, it can be a very lonely space. And it is all in your head. And it is okay to feel vulnerable. It is okay to not know all the answers. It is also okay to not be so confident about the outcome. But what is not okay is to not take steps. And what is not okay is to not ask for help. What is not okay is to put yourself out there and probably collaborate and partner. So that is something that I've learned from others, and I'm hopefully gonna be implementing in my growth journey. And that is why I said, my purpose is my purpose. It comes from my authenticity. But I'm sure if I open my eyes and open my heart, I'm gonna find people who align with my purpose. Like if this is something I'm doing, I'm sitting here with you, ItsHerWay. At this stage, at this space, our purpose meet. That is the reason why we are here talking to each other. So what I really want to not do is alienate myself, isolate myself, and know that I know the best about my business, but be more open for feedback and be more agile and open to pivot if need be. Because, it's a journey.
Right. Coming to that journey, there was a significant part of your career, professional life, that was in HR. Why have you decided to leave it behind?
I'm not leaving it behind because I'm saying that we are doing the entire growth partnering with all of these startups. HR is one of the services that we continue to provide.
Okay.
It's just that I was getting a beautiful fat paycheck from big companies to do their HR project. For now, it is on pause. But who knows, if Mevan grows bigger, HR consulting could be an offshoot for it. Because yes, it is my core competency.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to see, because reflecting on your consulting journey, which has been so successful, and you're really, you've enjoyed it as well, traveling and everything. Is there a particular success story of a client that stands out that you want to give as an anecdote to the startups as well?
To the startups. Okay, so the story that really touched my heart, I would like to take from my work that I've done as a coach, as a women coach myself, and that has been fairly
not
recent.
a consultant.
Not as a consultant, because as a consultant, of course, you see things like I believe a lot in, and most companies are taking care of it. Like the triple bottom line. So when you are a consultant, you're basically looking at the financials, and you're only probably having an impact there.
Right.
But as a coach, I realized that I had a bigger impact. And when you asked me what is one significant thing that comes to my mind, is the power of guiding someone, giving them the tools, the confidence, the motivation, the energy that they find themselves. Is amazing. So I have had the pleasure to work with 50 such women so far. All of them have had something positive in them. And the funniest part is that those are not just intangible changes, but tangible changes. The way they look, the way they talk. Some of them have broken out of difficult relationship. Some of them have broken generational trauma and are probably doing it. Their kids are richer by their mom's experiences. But one thing that comes to my mind is this particular lady who was struggling when we first met, and now she is working at a very good position. And she is at a very healthy, happy space in her mind, and she's raring to go. And the person I met versus the person I know now is the evolved version of this lady, and I feel so grateful that I played a small part of it. So I think that has been an amazing success story. And doing that with her made me realize that I have the secret sauce of marrying business competency and personal motivational coaching techniques and hybrid. And if I can offer it to the selected group of people and businesses, I think that is going to be an amazing thing, and I think more people would want me to do that. So that's where Mevan comes from.
So tell us more about the services of Mevan then. How have you decided to kind of articulate? You mentioned a few moments ago packages. What kind of packages do you have?
We are still not out with it because I'm still on the working table with it. But three key products that we are going ahead with is there's a whole startup mentoring package, there is a women empowerment package, and the third one is a content, because as you also know that I'm a content creator, and I'm a licensed influencer as well. I want to use Mevan as a place to also foray into business influencing. Because there is so much that happens in the conversation level that one can learn. I have learned so much about strategy and many other things watching YouTube. watching free content out there. So I also want to work on that side. So these are the three key, which is consulting, coaching, and content. These are the three key products right now. The tiers that I'm telling you about are still in process, and if you guys follow me and follow the website, you'll get it too.
Great. So as your experience, if someone comes to you and asks, just someone who's just started off as an entrepreneur, they want to build a successful journey, they want to build a purpose-driven business, right? I mean, that's sort of becoming a buzzword, so to speak. I hope it doesn't become abused as a word, as a term, right? As it just becomes jargon. But how would you be able to strategize or help them strategize their business structure in such a way which has a healthy balance of profit and purpose?
See, first of all, you can't fake it. There are a lot of things that people say that confidence, etc., fake it till you make it, but purpose is something that you can't fake, and it should not be faked. And that is why I say that purpose is aligned to who you are. It's your DNA. So I think and this is what I talk to entrepreneurs when I mentor them, and that is something that I've applied to my own self, is that you need to be so clear, get complete clarity as to what are your value propositions.
Right.
And if you are not running an NGO and if you are into a business for profit, then you have to make sure that your purpose is also aligned to your business objective. I'll give you an example. So if supposing my purpose is empowerment, and my business objective is like, okay, I want to do something in the space of empowerment, but I also want to make money.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So then I can't just continue to do pro bono work, which is in the past I have done it to get the confidence and to get the coaching hours and to know that I'm good at it for some time. But then you also have to align it to them. But if my power is really, if my purpose is really empowerment, then I have to make sure that it is reaching the people who can afford my kind of work. And then the business, and then you're also, in many cases, entrepreneurs also they're not a solo team.
Right, they're not. Yeah.
There's investors behind.
Yes.
Then there are, there are clients behind. There are service providers behind, partnerships. So then the purpose doesn't just start and end with you. Then you also have to communicate it to those stakeholders.